Hi Gleydi, how are you? How are you doing?
Hi, Veronica. I'm doing well, thank God. What about you? What's new? Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Well, everything is okay. I'm doing an investigation for my sociology class. It's for this Monday.
Wow, and what is about?
It's about the poor academic performance and how to improve it.
Okay.
And I've done some research, but I need the opinion of someone else. And I know you're studying pedagogy, so I'm interested.
Yes, you're right. I study biology, and that's interesting because there are many students from all ages that have difficulties in paying attention, and due to their bad habits that are facing with those problems.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that there are some students with problems to pay attention. That reminds me to people that have ADHD. There's a commonplace belief about ADHD. There are many teachers that they relate the ADHD with students that they are just useless or dumb and they are not able to learn anything, but that's not true. These kids or teenagers or adults, whatever, they are just people that hyper focus in specific activities. But that doesn't mean they cannot study. They just need. I mean, I consider they need a specific treatment with teachers.
Yes, and the reason for this is that they don't concentrate and due to the bad habits. There's external interference that teachers think that it is a problem. They need to hyper focus, as you said.
Hmm.
That with a specific treatment, this can be solved.
Yeah, I think that one of the consequences of doesn't of don't know very well how is this, they don't treatment properly. They don't treatment properly, and I think that these problems with distractions is more common in teenagers. Not necessarily with ADHD, but also is because of modern environment. The teenager used to procrastinate, doing other things like distracting with social media, video games, hanging out, um, and as a consequence, they send their assignments after the deadline.
Yeah, you're totally right. As you said, they're sending their assignments late. They don't respect the deadlines, and for that reason, they tend to use. We have a big problems nowadays with technology. It is easier to get distracted. For that reason, we need to use more appliances to focus only one thing than other, to avoid to have this kind of problems. And there are studies that shows that this have revolutioned the world. So we need to change this and be pioneers in order to subtract this kind of problem that we are living in our society.
I think that something that is very important is I really believe that teenagers they also must commit to subtract the time they spend or waste distracting with their cell phones. I think that it's very easy to put on silent mode a smartphone. They need to develop good habits to study, but it's not the same, to have a bad habit or to be a person with ADHD. I mean, it's like different. And what else? And with everything you said, I want to propose some solutions for these problems. And I think that first, the educational centers need to implement teachers that are prepared to treat with kids with ADHD.
Yeah.
And they need to like develop a system that gives motivation to students. Because putting more pressure to
It's not the
students
best way.
is not the best way to motivate someone to study. We need to take in count the emotional part too. Many students have personal problems in their families. They don't know what they are feeling in class, so we need to be more sensitive with that.
Yeah,
and of,
when
and
when
of course and of course invite everyone to practice values and
yeah,
commit to study.
that's the most important thing. A recommendation from my part would be to set a specific a schedule for those who are facing with these problems, and to have more empathy in the case of evaluating the system, because there are according to the JPay University in China, there are 5 factors why is presented academic failure. Well, first, we have the bad habits with a 64%. We also have the moved with 64%. We have the limit with abilities. We have excessive entertainment, which was specified in 2019 by the USDA. But to consider this kind of problem, we also need to put to the other persons in order to understand their situations. There's no better way to understand than the being in their position. For that reason, we need to have more empathy, as I said previously. And you're right.
So basically, to improve the educational to improve the educational quality and help students to have better grades, we need to change the mechanisms we are using right now to evaluate and to explain. We need new ingenious strategies with teaching, basically, and I don't know, motivate students to dedicate more to the studies, understand their importance, and have a personalized teaching for each student, because each student is different.
Yeah.
In short words,
they have their own abilities, and it is important to letting them and know that they're special. They are the same as other persons, and capacitate the teachers, because the educational system is a big problem. But we have the possibilities with ingenious strategies to improve that and be the pioneers for next generations to have better results.
That's right. And of course, distract the time they waste in things they don't have to.
Yeah.
Avoid procrastination.
Avoid procrastination. Yeah, in a few words.
Yeah, I think that with that information, wow, this topic is more complex than I thought. But I think that with that information, I'm going to be very well for my investigation for this Monday.
You couldn't say it better. All I heard in this conversation, it was useful, and I think that would be a very useful information in order to get a better grade, a very good grade in your assignment. So you're well prepared, and all my wishes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gleydi. I really thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for helping me. Yeah, but I think that I have to leave you now. But see you soon. Thank you so much.
There's no problem. You're welcome. Bye.
See you.
See you.